This particular account illustrates to us, one, the reality of Iblis and what caused him to be kicked out of good standing. And second, it gives us an understanding of his task and or duty, what he has, yani, what he has made obligatory upon himself to fulfill. And that is to mislead an abundance from amongst the descendants of Adam. From amongst the descendants of Adam. And this misleading by way of Iblis, it has its method. It has its method. Now, to illustrate this, I want to read the statements of Ibn al-Jawzi from his book Talbis Iblis, because this is of great importance to the believer. So the Musannif, yani Ibn al-Jawzi, he states at Talbis, and at Talbis we would normally translate it as deception or deceit, but he's given a definition of what it is and what it implies and entails in the Arabic language. He states, إِظْهَارُ الْبَاطِلِ فِي صُورَةِ الْحَقِّ. It is manifesting falsehood in the image of truth. In the image of truth. The manifestation of something that is corrupt and or incorrect. Yani falsehood, but packaging it in the image of truth. And then he states, as it relates to the statement ghurur, which is also normally translated as deceit, he states, نوع جهل يوجب اعتقاد الفاسد صحيحا والرديء جيدا. It is a type of ignorance that will make obligatory a corrupt belief valid. It makes a corrupt belief valid, and something that is considered to be repugnant good. It is a type of ignorance that obligates that. Something that is repugnant with the people, it makes it look good. Something that is considered corrupt, it makes it look valid. It makes it look valid. And then he continues, وَسَبَبُهُ وُجُودْ شُبْهَةٍ أَوْجَبَتْ ذَلِكَ. And the means of the cause for this talbis, for this ghurur, the means of the cause of it is due to some type of doubt being present that will obligate such. وإنما يدخل إبليس على الناس بقدر ما يمكنه ويزيد تمكنه منه ويقل على مقدار يقظتهم وغفلتهم وجهلهم وعلمهم. And he continues, and Iblis only enters upon the people in accordance with his ability. And his ability as it relates to them can either increase or diminish. And that is in accordance with their vigilance, their heedlessness, their ignorance, or their knowledge. And then Ibn al-Jawzi, and before I continue, these things that Ibn al-Jawzi is pointing out are very important as it relates to the deceit and the deception that's employed. And it gives us an understanding of how Muslims started to go beyond bounds as it relates to the rights of the righteous and started to attribute things to the righteous that should never have been attributed to them, from that which was due to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala alone, as the Ummah of Muhammad has not been spared of this type of thing, where we have some amongst us that are going far beyond bounds as it relates to the rights of those who are upright amongst us, going beyond bounds as it relates to following them, going beyond bounds as it relates to attributing rights to them that are only due to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So Ibn al-Jawzi, he continues, وَعْلَمْ, so know, يعني have knowledge, أَنَ الْقَلْبِ كَالْحِسْنِ, indeed the heart is like a fortress. Now he's striking a similitude. He's striking a similitude. وَعَلَى ذَلِكَ الْحِسْنِ, and upon that fortress there is a wall. There is a wall. وَلِلسُّورِ أَبْوَابٌ, and for this wall it has multiple doors. وَفِيهِ ثُلَمٌ, and within these doors there are slight gaps. There are slight gaps. وَسَاكِنُهُ الْعَقْلِ, and the inhabitant of this fortress. Now remember, the similitude of the fortress is the heart. The inhabitant of this fortress is the aql, or the intellect. As we know that the intellect of the person from authentic narrations is within the heart. Is within the heart. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ تَتَرَدَّدُ إِلَى ذَلِكَ الْحِسْنِ, and the angels frequently visit this fortress. وَإِلَى جَانِبِهِ رَبَض فِيهِ الْحَوَاءِ, and on the outer perimeter of this fortress there is an area, this outer perimeter, this area, or on the side of this fortress there's an outer perimeter, and within this outer perimeter there are inclinations. There are inclinations. وَالشَّيَاطِينَ تَخْتَلِفُ إِلَى ذَلِكَ الرَّبَضِ مِنْ غَيْرِ مَانِعٍ, and the devils, they come and go frequently from this outer perimeter without any prevention. They're constantly going to this outer perimeter. وَالْحَرْبِ قائمة بين أهل الحسن وأهل الربض, and war has been established between the people of this fortress and those who are on the outer perimeter. Those who are on the outer perimeter. والشياطين لا تزال تدور حول الحسن تطلب غفلة الحارس والعبور من بعد الثلم. And the shayateen, the devils, they don't cease circling this fortress, seeking the heedlessness of the guards of this fortress, and to be able to pass through the gaps found within these doors. So Ibn al-Jawzi, he then states, فَيَنْبَغِي لِلْحَارِسِ أَنْ يَعْرِفَ جَمِيعَ أَبْوَابِ الْحِسْنِ الَّذِي قَدْ وُكِّلَ بِحِفْظِهِ وَجَمِيعِ الثُّلَمِ وَأَلَّا يَفْطُرَ عَنِ الْحِرَاسَةِ لَحْظَةً فَإِنَّ الْعَدُوَّ مَا يَفْتُرُ. So he states that it is befitting for the guard to know all of the doors as it pertains to the fortress, that which he has been entrusted to guard and or protect. And he needs to know all of the gaps so that he does not become laxed as it relates to his guarding of these areas, not even for one moment. As the enemies that are trying to penetrate that fortress are never laxed. They never relax. They never slacken. They never fall short. This similitude that Ibn al-Jawzi presented illustrates what Allah mentions as it relates to what Iblis said on that day. That he would strive, first he was given respite to the day of resurrection, and from that time until the day of resurrection, he will strive to mislead as many as he can from the descendants of Adam. And Ibn al-Jawzi, from that which was extremely important that he illustrated, was the methods or the method of how this misleading would take place. How this misleading would take place. And so, with that said, it is incumbent upon a descendant of Adam to be on his guard and not to slacken as it relates to his enemy. For this reason, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, he states in Surah Yasin, verse 60, Alam a'had ilaykum, ya bani Adam, an la ta'budu shaytan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Have I not commanded you all, O descendant of Adam, that you should not worship the shaitan? Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy. Why? Because he's seeking to lead you astray. And he is given respite to the day of resurrection in order to do that. And he's coming with the method of making falsehood look like truth and truth look like falsehood. Packaging that which is repugnant in the image of that which is pure and desired, and thus forth and so on.